Number 1. The Cross Ventilation Masterclass. You can't just point a fan at your face and hope for the best. You need to create a wind tunnel. Grab 2 box fans, or any strong window fans. Put one fan in a window on the shady side of your place, facing in, pulling cool air inside. Put the second fan on the opposite side of the house, or the sunny side, facing out, exhausting the hot air. This literally sucks the heat right out of your rooms. Number 2. The DIY swamp cooler fans only cool your skin by evaporating sweat. They don't lower the room's temperature. To fix that, get a cheap styrofoam cooler or a bucket, fill it to the brim with ice, and cut 2 holes in the lid. Point a small desk fan blowing into one hole. What comes out the other hole is a legitimate, freezing cold breeze. It's cheap, incredibly effective, and will save your life. Number 3. Ceiling fan check. If you have ceiling fans, check the switch on the base. During the summer, the blades must spin counterclockwise. This forces the air straight down, creating a wind chill effect on your skin. If it's spinning clockwise, it's just pushing warm air trapped at the ceiling down onto you. Number 4. Total blackout mode. Treat your windows like the enemy during the day. Before the sun even comes up, shut the windows tight and pull down every blackout shade or curtain you own. If you don't have good curtains, use aluminum foil or car sunshades against the glass. It might look a little crazy from the outside, but it reflects the UV rays and heat outward flawlessly. Only open the windows late at night when the outside temp is lower than the inside. Number 5. Hydration and electrolytes. Drinking plain water isn't enough when you're sweating constantly. You're losing salts. You need to be mixing in electrolytes like Liquid IV, Gatorade, or just a pinch of salt and lemon. Grab a massive insulated tumbler like a Yeti or Stanley. Pack it entirely with ice and keep refilling it. The ice won't melt for hours and your core temp will drop. Number 6. Cool the body, not the room. When the room won't cool down, focus on yourself. Pulse points. Run a washcloth under freezing water and put it on your neck, wrists, inner elbows, or behind your knees. This cools the blood flowing through your veins and drops your overall body temp in minutes. Ice the bed. Throw your bed sheets and pillowcases into a plastic bag and stick them in the freezer for 30 to 60 minutes before bed. The icy effect lasts about 20 to 30 minutes, just enough time to let you fall asleep comfortably. Foot bath. Keep a small basin of ice water under your desk. Putting your feet in cold water is a cheat code for instant relief. Number 7. Ditch the oven and electronics. Your house is generating its own heat. Do not turn on your oven or stove under any circumstances. Eat cold meals. Use the microwave or cook outside on a grill if you have one. Also, unplug heavy electronics, gaming rigs, and large TVs when you aren't using them. They radiate a ton of ambient heat. Number 8. Get low hot air rises. If you sleep on a high bed or live on a second floor, you're soaking in the hottest air in the house. Drop your mattress directly onto the floor, or if you have a basement, move down there. The temperature in a basement stays naturally cool even when it's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius outside. Number 9. Bail to public spaces. If it hits dangerous temperatures and you feel sick, don't try to tough it out. Grab your laptop or a book and head to a public space with central AC. Movie theaters, public libraries, and massive shopping malls keep their temperatures at freezing levels. Hang out there during peak afternoon heat to give your body a reset. The climate situation right now in the summer of 2026 is getting extremely intense. What we are seeing is not just a coincidence, but a combination of several powerful global and regional factors. Here is exactly why it is so hot right now. Number 10. The heat dome effect. A massive hypershear system known as a heat dome has settled over major regions. In Europe, it stretched from Spain to Germany throughout June 2026. In the US, similar domes have parked over the Midwest, Texas, and the West Coast. How it works. This high-pressure system acts like a giant lid. It blocks cooler ocean breezes and traps scorching air below. As the air sinks, it compresses and heats up even more. Cloudless skies allow the sun to bake the ground relentlessly. This broke all-time records, like in the UK, where temperatures hit 37.7 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and in parts of the US where it pushed past 43.3 degrees Celsius, 110 degrees Fahrenheit, straining power grids. Number 11. The rising El Niño. A powerful El Niño phase is actively developing in the Pacific Ocean. This is a natural climate event where equatorial ocean waters become abnormally warm. Even though it starts in the Pacific, it acts as a global heater. It alters atmospheric circulation patterns around the entire planet, releasing massive amounts of heat into the air. Scientists at the WMO and NOAA predict El Niño will peak by late 2026, meaning these extreme temperature anomalies are set to intensify. For the US, this creates an incredibly unstable and overheated atmosphere going into the summer. Number 12. Climate change amplification. Natural events like heat domes and El Niño are stacking on top of a rising baseline temperature. According to World Weather Attribution, greenhouse gases have warmed the planet by 1.1 degrees Celsius to 1.4 degrees Celsius, 2.0 degrees Fahrenheit to 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit, above pre-industrial levels. Think of it as a steroid effect for weather. A heat wave that would have peaked at 32 degrees Celsius, 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 years ago, is now pushed to an extreme 35 degrees Celsius to 37 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit to 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. Scientists state that the recent heat waves would be virtually impossible without climate change. Number 13. The urban heat island. If you live in a major city, the heat is amplified locally. Asphalt, concrete buildings, and a lack of green spaces absorb heat during the day and slowly radiate it back out at night. This causes the tropical night effect, where temperatures refuse to drop below 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. We saw a record number of these hot nights recently, leaving the human body no time to recover during sleep. We are facing a perfect storm, a warmed climate, a heating ocean, and blocking high-pressure systems. Number 14. When will the heat wave end? When will the extreme heat wave break and the heat dome collapse? The news is mixed. The historic June heat dome has broken down, but it is too early to relax. Meteorologists from major agencies like ECMWF and NOAA outline the outlook. The dome was held in place by an omega block, a massive high-pressure wall blocking cool ocean air. In early July, Atlantic weather systems finally broke through. The dome did not just vanish, it was pushed eastward. In Western Europe, maritime air rolled in, dropping temperatures back to normal. Southern and Eastern Europe took the brunt of the shift as the core moved over them, bringing cooler air accompanied by severe thunderstorms due to the temperature clash. In the US, similar relief is slowly moving across the Midwest, but the southern plains and Southwest remain under intense pressure. However, the atmosphere hates a vacuum. A second wave of heat is already rising from North Africa and Mexico, forming a new, localized dome that is creeping eastward and northward. While forecasters do not expect the insane records of June to be broken, it is still a heavy, humid heat. By mid-July, models suggest atmospheric circulation should normalize, bringing drier, fresher air and standard summer temperatures to most areas. But for August, scientists warn that El Niño and warm oceans mean new heat domes can form rapidly. We might not get weeks of uninterrupted extreme heat, but expect short, intense 3 to 5 day heat spikes throughout the month. The global furnace has paused, but local flare-ups are guaranteed. Number 15. the shift to science-based cooling. This is why our cooling hacks are the absolute gold standard. Many of these methods went viral during recent record heat waves in the US and Europe. Previously, people just plugged in a fan and hoped for a miracle. Today, the approach is much more scientific and systematic. Here is why these tips are modern-day essentials. Cross-ventilation has replaced the old method of pointing a fan directly at your face. Engineers and social media box fan hacks proved that creating exhaust systems works best by pulling cool air from the shade and blowing hot air out on the sunny side. You physically swap the air in your room instead of just moving hot air around. Electrolyte balance has replaced the simple drink more water advice. Health experts warn that drinking too much plain water while sweating heavily is dangerous, potentially leading to hyponatremia, a critical drop in blood sodium. Using sports drinks, hydration packets, or simple salt and lemon water is now a survival basic. Managing ambient heat from electronics is also crucial. Modern gaming rigs, custom setups, and massive OLED screens generate as much heat as a radiator. Unplugging unused devices is now a standard rule in modern heatwave guides. These strategies are a compilation of real-world experiences from people surviving extreme heat right now. Number 16. Neanderthals and the myth of fur. Ever wondered how Neanderthals survived extreme heat? First, let's debunk a major myth. Neanderthals did not have thick fur. Human ancestors lost their dense body hair over 1 million years ago, back during the Homo erectus era. Evolution traded fur for millions of sweat glands on our skin. When it comes to sweating and cooling down on the move, humans are the champions of the mammal world. Neanderthals functioned the exact same way, sweating to prevent heat stroke. Although we associate them with the Ice Age, they lived through warm interglacial periods too. About 120,000 years ago, it was actually warmer than it is today, with hippos swimming in rivers like the Thames. Here is how ancient humans beat the extreme heat. First, they used caves as natural bunkers. Cave temperatures remain incredibly stable, usually around 10 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 57 degrees Fahrenheit, year-round. When outdoor temperatures hit 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, they would retreat to these dark, cool, underground chambers. Second, they practiced a Stone Age siesta. Ancient humans synced their activities with natural temperature cycles. Heavy physical tasks like hunting and gathering were restricted to early mornings and late evenings. During the peak midday heat, the tribe slept or rested in the shade. Third, they shed their clothes. While they wore heavy animal skins in the winter, they simply took them off in the summer. Their climate adaptation was behavioral as much as it was biological. Fourth, they lived close to water sources. Settlements were always built near rivers, lakes, or streams. Water evaporation naturally cooled the surrounding air, and swimming provided immediate relief. Fifth, they had anatomical advantages. Neanderthals had large, wide nasal passages. While once thought to only warm, freezing winter air, models show they also worked like radiators. This helped shed body heat through rapid breathing, similar to how panting cools a dog. They relied on the same laws of physics, seeking shade, resting during peak heat, and using water to cool down. Number 17. The physics of sweat and humidity. How does the body cool itself through sweat, and why is high humidity so deadly? Cooling does not come from the liquid sweat itself, but from its evaporation into gas. If this process is blocked, your body turns into a sealed oven. Here is the physics of how sweat cools you down. When your temperature rises, endocrine glands secrete water and salts onto your skin. This moisture is warm and does not cool you directly, like an ice cube. Cooling happens strictly during the phase transition. To turn liquid sweat into vapor, the body must supply the latent heat of vaporization. The evaporating sweat draws this thermal energy directly out of your skin. Once the sweat evaporates, heat is released into the air, cooling both the skin and the underlying blood vessels. But humidity can break this entire system. Think of the surrounding air as a giant sponge. In a dry climate, like Arizona, 10% to 20% humidity, this sponge is completely dry. It instantly absorbs moisture from your skin, making sweat evaporate before you even notice it. In dry conditions, you can survive 45 degrees Celsius, 113 degrees Fahrenheit, as long as you stay hydrated. But in humid regions or cities, after summer storms, 80% to 100% humidity, the sponge is already saturated. The air cannot hold any more water vapor. When your brain signals your body to sweat, the moisture just sits on your skin. It runs down your face and back without evaporating. Without evaporation, no heat is removed. Your body panics and sweats even harder, wasting water and electrolytes to no avail. Your core temperature rises rapidly, leading directly to heat stroke. This is measured using the wet bulb temperature, which combines heat and humidity. It shows the lowest temperature a surface can reach through evaporative cooling. Previously, the human survival limit was thought to be 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, at 100% humidity, or equivalent combinations like 38 degrees Celsius, 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, at 75% humidity. However, recent research from the PSU Heat Project reveals the actual threshold is lower. The critical limit is closer to 31 degrees Celsius, 87.8 degrees Fahrenheit, at 100% humidity. Once you pass this wet bulb limit, the laws of physics prevent you from shedding heat. Even a naked person resting in the shade with ice water will overheat and die within hours. This is why humid heat at 32 degrees Celsius, 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit, kills faster than a dry 42 degrees Celsius, 107.6 degrees Fahrenheit, desert. If you enjoyed this format, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Leaving a comment also helps the YouTube algorithm boost our visibility, which means more helpful content coming your way. Feel free to suggest topics you would like us to research and cover next. Also, if you spot any errors, let us know. We are human and can make mistakes. We apologize for any inaccuracies and are always working to improve the quality of our content. Thank you for watching.